Thanks for watching Keeping It Real Sports.
Yes, sir. Rocky Yassin, Keeping It Real Sports.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, man.
Hey, Taylor Rapp here from the LA Rams. Shout out to Steve Taylor, the real sports guy, and the honorary Ram. When Steve's talk sports, you better listen. Thanks, Steve, from the Rams, for your continued support and love.
With Prince Bell, we rocking with Keeping It Real Sports, and we gonna be on this. We gonna be on a lot of times. I love the platform. Check in. It's the new wave. Like, follow, subscribe, and do all that good stuff.
Come on, come on. Come on, come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, gon' have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA, game over, they don't play. From the fourth quarter to the ninth inning, NASCAR wheels keep spinning. To the 18th hole, he's still in control. Guy on the go. Coach never missing the play, cause he know the deal. This keeping it real. Sports. Come on. Keeping it real. Yeah. Let's go.
Man, it is the Thursday edition of Keeping It Real Sports. I am your boy, the Real Sports Guy, and boy, do I have a big show planned for you today. So buckle up, boy. It's Football Thursday. We got a big matchup today on Thursday. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk Cleveland Browns in specific and the ineptity of the Cleveland organization to get it right. We'll talk about that. I got to get my guy in from Cleveland, my man Jalen Robinson. We'll break that down with him. And we're going to talk NBA. Draymond Green is at it again, and Dale Parker is in the house to break all of that down. Man, I've got a huge show planned for you today. But as I always do, before I even get started, I want to tell you first off to make sure you like and subscribe to the new Keeping It Real Sports Network right here on Facebook or YouTube. Like and subscribe. Man, bring a friend, man. Tell a friend so we can all be friends. So in between time and in the meantime, let me tell you what's hot off the Keeping It Real Sports press. It's not what has been hot all along. Well, it's official now. He is suspended. He has now backed off of all of the allegations that they had. Remember, it was just Monday, that he stood on a soapbox and said, wait till Friday. I'm going to let everybody have it. Let you know what we have. We're going to fight this to the bitter end. And Michigan fan has stood up and said nothing, but we're going to fight this to the bitter end. Man, I am downright embarrassed by the guys like Charles Woodson and guys like Desmond Howard. I am downright embarrassed for the way that you've gone out of your way to enhance downright cheating. And I said it because like you said it today, because you said, you know what, my bad, Big Ten. Let's look here. If you don't dig into this anymore, and that's what I'm getting at. See, the Big Ten has a whole lot more. So now the Big Ten agreed not to dig into this anymore. So now it's all said and done. I'm going to serve the suspension, and whatever the NCAA hands out, it hands out. But people, let's do the math on this. Let's peel this back. Let's look at what it really is. from 15 to 20. The man was 49 and 22 with a 13-point differential in games. No playoff appearances, no Big Ten championships, 0-5 against Ohio State. Then they tap out in 2020. Remember COVID year, they didn't play. So you come back after COVID year, and now you got all the answers to the test, right? You're 34-3. Now you're out pointing everybody by almost 25 points a game. You got 2 Big Ten titles, 2 playoff appearances. You're 2-0 against Ohio State. But what's missing? You ain't won no national championships. You know why? Because they knew you was stealing. They knew you was cheating. And you were talking about, oh, it's all about the kids. But what about the kids that you cheated, that you went out of your way to cheat? This guy's deal, Connor Stallion. You paid him. He was on staff, and now you want to tell me that he wasn't? He was on staff. You paid him $55,000 a year and an office, and you gave him a $17,000 office expense to buy tickets, and you want to make me to believe that you're the bad guy in this. Oh, poor Wolverines. Give me a break. You screwed these lengths to put this guy on sidelines, and you want to play the victim in this. Oh, give me a break. By the way, people that I mentioned that the FBI is also involved in this, let's just look at the timeline. January, NCAA, they launched an investigation against the program for things that they've done during COVID-19. So Michigan tries to get ahead of the ball on that. They say that, look here, we're going to suspend the coach, so they suspend the coach. Now, here you come toward the end of the season. Now we got another suspension, okay? At some point, and I didn't mention that the FBI is investigating other things on campus, but you want us to believe that you're the bad guy. You're the innocent guy, man. Give me a break, Michigan. Give me a break. This just doesn't make sense, man. You got to help me make this make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. The whole thing I'm saying, people, I see what you're doing, Michigan. I see what you're doing, because, see, the powers that be broke down and said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and take this. And if you lose to Ohio State, which is a real good possibility that you're going to lose to Ohio State, then it won't look so bad on you, Jim. It'll be the crying man. And that's what I got to say, man. Man, I got a whole lot to get into, man. College football, man. I got to talk some college football, but Michigan fan, give me a damn break. At this, man, when I look at college football, man, I got to talk about the coaches that are fired, man. We got Jimbo, man, Fisher, man. These fired. We got 76 million reasons, man. 76 million reasons, man, to tell this man to sit at home. So that tells you Texas A&M, they got a lot of money, they got a lot of bread. I know they're gonna reach out to primetime prospects, but man, leave primetime out of it, man. Also, man, when I look at the matchups, man, and the way that I see college football, the playoffs, the way that I see it in the Keeping It Real Sports poll, man, my number 14 would be the Washington Huskies. And I mean, it's real simple, man. I mean, they've got the Heisman Trophy guy, man. They have the eyes, man. They have the look. They have the makeup. Number 3, I've got the Michigan Wolverines, man. You know, you got to give credit where credit is due. Number 2, I have the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And number 1, I have the Georgia Bulldogs. And so there you go. That is how I see college football breaking down and breaking up. And if I had anything to say about it, that would be the way that I would do it. Let's do NFL storylines. My good friend, man, bringing the NFL expert, man, my football guy, man, my main guy, Jason Rollinson, and I know he got a lot that he wants to talk about, but Jason, man, when I look at my top 5, my power rankings right now, man, the Detroit Lions, man, you got to put them in number 5, man. You can't crap on them no more, man. Motor City Dan Campbell, man, he just keeps motoring in his way to victories, man. I really like what they're doing we got them at number 5. Man, I mean, you know, the running game, man, is at number 4. We've got the Baltimore Ravens, man. You know, you can't put them above them. Number 3, I've got the San Francisco 49ers, man. As long as this guy's lead them out of the dressing room, man, then they're going to always win football games. Number 2, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs, and then number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, man. You got any problem with my top 5?
How you not gonna mention my Browns, man? That's all I'm gonna say. We beat two of the teams in your top 5, and we're 6-3 right now. How you not gonna mention the Browns somewhere in there?
Yeah,
I'm being biased, and I ain't been here with you in a couple weeks.
I know. You're being biased because you got boat raced. See, don't forget, you got boat raced early in the season at home. You got boat raced. See, you know, the real sports guy remembers that. I remember that. Okay.
I think the ball dome index is a little bit off today. Ain't no way you can't have my. I think the ball dome index is a little bit off today, dog. How you ain't gonna have my Browns in there? I just can't believe that.
Hey man, they make the Super 7, but not right now. Hey man, look here, man. We gotta look at man what this guy is saying, man. Your guy, man, Trayvon Diggs, man, and maybe he's on something. Maybe he know a little bit something more than what we know, man.
You know he knows something, dude. He knows something. His brother done told him something about that locker room, about that organization. That's why they fired the OC this week. His brother done told him something. He knows something, dude, and that's why he's the voice for his brother right now.
Yeah, and well, that's it, man. And you just said that, man. You know, the OC gets fired, man. Ken Dorsey, man. The window. Yeah. If you notice, it's closed for the Buffalo Bills, man. You see it, man, in the illustration. The window's closed.
It's closed. It's a blizzard in Buffalo right now. All the windows is closed. They ain't going nowhere, man. Allen, I don't even think you can put him up in that upper echelon of quarterbacks anywhere, man. He might be here in that bottom 5, maybe 10 through 15.
I got 2 words for you. Brian Daboll.
Yeah,
Brian.
Yeah, man. He's led the league in interceptions since what? In the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So this is what I'm sure you, man, ready to get off of your chest. And I'm going to give you the floor to do that. Let me set you up, man. DeShaun Watson is out for the year. But my question to you before I let you go on is, man, who's more so to blame for this, man? Because see, I seem to remember when they misdiagnosed that.
Odell Beckham said something.
Yeah, and they misdiagnosed
that. They missed on Mayfield. So, it's something going on with our medical staff, man.
What you think?
Yeah, there's something going on with our medical staff. I don't know if they pushing some of these dudes out there, but you got to protect these dudes from themselves because they are football players, man. They warriors. They want to play. And all the hate that they've been throwing on Watson, man. Watson was just now really finding himself again. And everybody still want to complain, throw Mayfield out there, throw his contract out there, man. This man just showed me a lot these past couple of weeks, man, with his heart, his desire. He want to play. And he can play. And Cleveland is going to be okay. Because the main thing I've been talking about is the depth that they have on that team right now. The depth that we have on that team and that defense, we're going to be trouble when the playoffs come. We're going to be trouble when the playoffs come. For anybody. That goes for anybody from KC on down. I'm calling them all out.
Yeah, man, we're instant analysis right now, man. Talking Cleveland Browns right now, you know, man, to the Cleveland Brown, the king of Cleveland right now, Jason Robinson. And Jason, you know, I will say this. The Browns won a lot of games with PJ Walker. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to be the guy that sit here and beat my chest and say that DeShaun Watson, damn, we're paying you $230 million. It's about time you showed us something. That's all I'm saying. It's about time that you showed us a little something. I mean, even then, that ain't no damn $230 million worth of work that you put in. Ain't nobody
man.
talking about what really happened, because see, what really happened is 95 kind of showed up, and them guys, man, they kind of got the job done, man. They kind of got a way of getting you over the hump. Man, all DeShaun Watson got to do is not mess it up. And that's what they kind of hoping tomorrow or Saturday when they play the Cleveland Browns, man, that this rookie don't do. All he got to do is not mess it up. Just don't murk it up. You ain't got to win the damn game, kid. Just don't murk it up, because the D is real.
Hey, our defense is going to carry us. Our defense, our running game going to carry us. We got DeShaun Watson to be that link that when we need a play, when we need a quarterback that can make a play, he is probably one of the most athletic, accurate quarterbacks in the league. Because you know what he was doing when he was at Houston, when he didn't have nobody. He didn't have nobody.
Jackson, baby. Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately?
Hey,
man, I ain't going to let you get away with that. He ain't let you get away with it.
Right now, dog. Right now, if he wouldn't have got hurt, if he would have been healthy going into this week, I would take DeShaun Watson over any other quarterback in the NFL. Any of them. If he wasn't hurt, if he was healthy and playing against Pittsburgh this weekend, I'm taking him over Mahomes.
You've been drinking that damn Cleveland water too long. You've been drinking that Cleveland water too long, man.
Hey,
we gotta get you off that narcotics, man.
Hey,
we gotta get you off that narcotics, man.
From what I was seeing, from what we were seeing, dude, I'm taking him over everybody.
Oh,
the only one that might, man, I'm taking him over Jackson, all them dudes, man. Get him off there. We just showed him.
And then I'll tell you, the only thing from
Garrett.
Ohio that I will take is I will take C.J. Stroud. And I'm going to just take this moment, man, to, man, pop my chest on this one. Because, see, man, we tried to tell you, man. Buckeye fans tried to tell you, man, that the kid, man, could play, man. See, we tried to tell you, Buckeye fans, even when you was trying to call him a bum against Oregon when they lost the damn game, that this kid could play a little bit of football, man. That's what we've seen, man. And all he's done is walk into the National Football League and take a team that everybody said was going to be dreadful and make them very, very much a threat, because if the playoffs started now, they would be in the playoffs. There you go.
Is he MVP? Is he MVP?
Man, you got to start talking about him. You got to talk about him. You better talk about him. You better talk about him.
Who isn't MVP?
Talk about him.
Who is MVP if he isn't MVP?
You better talk about him. You better talk
about
him.
Come on. You might say a Myles Garrett or something like that, but he's in the running. He's in the top 3 for the MVP right now.
Man, you got to give me that. Hey, man. Hey, look here, the game tonight. You know, before I let you get out of here, who you got, man? Who you like in tonight's game?
I got to go with Joe B, man. I got to, and I normally I got to go with Joey B. I got to go with the Cincinnati Bengals, man. I need to get another loss put in the Ravens column, but I think Joey B and them, if they want to save their season, they better win tonight. If not, they might as well throw in the towel.
The problem is, Lamar Jackson is 7-1 against Cincinnati. And they're man, and they don't lose back-to-back games, man. And they at the crib. Give me the Ravens. This is an easy pick, man. That's an easy pick, man. Hey, look here, man. Hey, man, don't be a stranger, man. We got to get you back in here, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming in, bro.
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure. I'm keeping it real sports, man. I love you guys, man. Y'all been cool. But, hey, let's say congratulations to Ronald Acuna Jr. for winning the National League MVP today. That boy's solid.
Yeah, and we shout out to Shohei Ohtani for winning the American League. We got to do that.
Yeah,
but hey, look here, right now. Well, we're gonna do that, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna get you back in here, man. Man, we'll holler at all that, man. Hey, look here, I got Kelvin Ramsey coming up, man. Man, I talked to him, man. You know, so yeah, he's coming on the show real soon.
I gotta be on there. I gotta be on there with the pastor.
Yeah. Hey, man, and since we're talking hoops, man, let's get in the NBA update. Bringing in the NBA, man, we got to talk Dale Parker, man. Welcome back in, man. I appreciate you, man, taking the time out, man. And, hey, Dale Parker, we got a lot to talk about, man. This just in, breaking news Draymond Green suspended 5 games. Fair or foul?
Steve, thanks for having me on. I'm going to say foul because they should have gave him 15 games. Because that's what I would have gave him. Draymond put that man in a headlock like he was choking Tyrese and Bing Rames and Baby Boy. You know, I mean, and look at his face, how he looked at him and how he was gritting his teeth when he was choking this guy and drug him. And when they showed it the other day, he actually had him in that headlock for 8 seconds. and he talking to the referee, wondering what he did wrong when they threw him out the game in the first place. You can't choke a man for 8 seconds and think you're gonna stay in the game and not face, some other penalty. That's as bad as Ron Artest after the Malice in the Palace. They said he went in the locker room and told Steven Jackson, "Now you think we gonna get in trouble?" Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble.
Let me ask you this: who was really at fault in all of this?
Well, Draymond, I know you want to say Rudy Gobert grabbed Klay Thompson, which he did, but he didn't grab him around the neck. He didn't put it. He
shouldn't have grabbed him.
Trying to break up the fight. He trying to, but it's a better way for Draymond to go about.
I can say this with you, and this will resonate. If me and you is out somewhere, and you wrestling with a guy, and another guy come behind you and grab you, I'm all in, bro. That's what Draymond did.
And I hope you would be. But on the basketball court and of the NBA, you got to grab him in a different way. If he would have grabbed him around the chest, pulled him up under his arms or anything and pulled him away, the penalty wouldn't have been as bad. But it's because he came in necktying old boy like he was in the rodeo.
Hey, man, look. Hey, man, honestly, I was talking about this with Elijah Baker from Tony today. I was just talking about this. He's a huge Warriors fan, and he watches the show. He pays it. Man, I'm going to get him on the show, man. But he was talking about, he said, Steve, a bear hug would have worked, bro.
That's all he had to do. But not like that. Oh. Look at him, man. He looked like he's trying to take him out.
All right, Dale Parker. Man, let's move on, man. Okay, let's move on. Should the Lakers look to move on from your boy, man? Half a season. Is that a fair assessment of your boy Anthony Davis? I mean, come on, man. This is the second time in 11 games he's given us 9 points. You might as well have to went on ahead and do what you do best and sit on the side of the bench, man. That's kind of what we've known and seen you to do. You might as well have done that. That's basically what you did last night. Your thoughts, bro?
Man, I sat there and watched this man get abused by Sabonis last night. And not that Sabonis is a bad player, but he's not on the caliber of Anthony Davis. And all I could do while I'm watching this game, I'm thinking back to last year in the playoff series, how Draymond just bullied and punked him, and took him out of his game. Sabonis, when I say him, out of his game, and you scored 9 points. You open up the game with the first 2 points. I'm like, okay, they getting the AD started early. Man, AD scored 2 free throws after that in the first quarter and didn't score again until the fourth quarter.
Man, yeah.
Half a season don't always mean he gonna miss games, because even when he plays,
right.
He's playing half the season. Make it over $40 million to give me that. Come on, man. Come on.
All right, man. Hey, man, we're going to get to your favorite part of the show here in a minute, man. But man, let's talk about last night's matchup between the Sixers and the Celtics. Man, Jason Tatum, at times, he really reminds us why he's that guy. But then, I've seen him, man, disappear, man. Your thoughts on the game last night?
It was that's a big, devastating loss for Philly. No Jaylen Brown, no Porzingis, and you come out and you get beat by a shorthanded Boston team. Now, I know you coming off a back-to-back with Indiana, and you played yesterday, that tough game with them, but you got to go home. You got to get your rest, and you got to be ready to play. Embiid didn't look good yesterday. When Maxey went off the court, they were down 3. They were up 3, ended up being down 9 on that turnaround in the first quarter. And it just looks like that point guard play when he goes to the bench. They're gonna have to work on that because Nick Nurse got to get something done while he's on the bench.
So, man, let's look at where the 76ers are, man, after the deal right now, man. Man, give us your thoughts on both halves of this thing, man. I mean, are both teams in a better place? How do you see this thing working out?
Now, I don't know what the Clippers gonna do. Honestly, they played all 4 of them the other night, and at one time it wasn't working out. Then they had Russ and Kawhi on the floor at the same time, and James and PG, and then with about 7.5 minutes to go, he took Russ out the game and didn't put him back in until about 1:45, and everything fell apart from that point. So Ty Lue got a hell of a coaching job that he's going to have to do to make this work. You can't trade anybody. You gave away your whole bench. So this is going to be a tough one for him to figure out. Going smart, try to go small against Denver. And Joker just punished them when they went small. Hey, you got Plumlee out because he's hurt. Zubac get in foul trouble. The team is in trouble then.
Man, I tell you, a team, man, that could be heading for trouble. Are you worried about the Suns yet, man? I mean, we've got 11 games in, and we've yet to see the Suns' big 3, man. I mean, no sighting at all. I mean, are you worried about the Suns yet?
Not just yet, because as soon as they get all 3 of them on the floor, they're going to be hard to handle. Book just got back, and I don't know what happened to Beal because he had been playing the past couple games. I don't know if he was hurt or if it was just one of those. Didn't want him to play back-to-backs yesterday. But Beal came in. They picked up a big win over a feisty Minnesota team, last night. And really not sure, what's going on there as far as injury-wise. But once they get the 3 of them on the court together, they're going to be hard to handle because you already know KD is KD, and Book came into his own a couple years ago, and Bradley Beal's always been solid over there in Washington. So they're going to be hard to handle if they can stay healthy.
Man, hard to handle also, man, is the Bucks, man. I mean, man, it seems like that they're just taking nights off, man, with superstars, man. It doesn't matter. Last night, man, Dame Dollar shows up, man. He drops 30+, man, in the win, man. Beasley finds his stroke last night. I mean, the Bucks, man, when they finally figure it out, I think it's going to be more moves to make in Milwaukee. But, man, if they get that thing rolling, that could be a major problem.
Yeah, I think in the end, by the trade deadline, I got a feeling they're going to move Chris Middleton.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, I think he's odd man out.
Yeah.
Hey man, a couple teams, man. Hey man, let's do the Texas 3-step, man. Let's look at all the teams in Texas, man. The Wemby watch, man. Your latest on the Wemby watch.
He had a tough game against Oklahoma City. Only scored 9 points. Had about 8 or 9 rebounds. Tough offensive game. Also coming off of a tough offensive game in the Garden the other night. But I think, you're going to have those ups and downs as a 19-year-old coming into the league, playing against the big boys. But, he's going to settle in. He got a great coach over there. Pop going to get him together, and he'll be okay. Again, they need a point guard. They need a veteran point guard. I mean,
please.
Not just a point guard, a veteran point guard.
Man, hey, man, a team, man, that seems to be clicking on all cylinders right now, man, is Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. Man, man, the thing that could hurt them is the size in the middle in particular, but they have gotten better defensively, man. the acquisition that they got from the kid that came over from Boston really gave them a kind of that tough nature, ruggedness, man, along the front line. But man, they're off to a good start. I mean, we haven't heard a word out of Kyrie Irving right now.
Nope, not a word out of Kyrie. You know, getting back playing. But the key to Dallas, you know, success is going to be the play of Tim Hardaway Jr. He has to continue to play like he did last night. You don't have to be your 30 every night, but he needs to be somewhere between 18 and 23, 24 points a game on a consistent basis. He can't come out and give you 30 today and then come back tomorrow and give you 3 or 5. You know, that's not going to help them be successful at all. You got to get more consistent, knocking down those 3-point shots, which will really open everything up for Luka as well.
And the team that you really like, man, the Houston Rockets, man, your surprise team thus far, man. Man, give us the lowdown on the Rockets.
I don't know how, other than the coach, I don't know how they're getting it done. And that's, I got to give Ime all the credit. You know, he had the unfortunate, you know, situation happen in Boston where he had, you know, he got fired or stepped down, whatever you want to, you know, however you want to phrase it, you know, but it just shows the type of coach that he is, and that he's able to get these guys to buy in first and foremost on the defensive end of the court. And that's where they're winning their games defensively. And then they get out in transition. They're young, they're running, and they're just running people out the gym.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, man, Thursday night football tonight, Dale Parker. Hey, man, who you got tonight?
I got the Ravens. You know, like you said earlier, 7-1 against Baltimore. Lamar is against Cincinnati. Excuse me. Lamar is. So I'm going with the Ravens tonight. No T. Higgins. All of, you know, the focus is going to be on Chase. So if Baltimore can play defense down the stretch in the fourth quarter, they'll definitely win the game. So I'm going with Baltimore.
There you go. There you go. Hey, look here, man. It's been another one. It's been fun, but we got to run Saturday morning, man. Man, I've got big shows planned for you, man. I got a big Ohio State, Michigan show planned for you next week. Looking ahead, well, man. I mean, this thing is starting to crumble down, man, and we'll be with you for the whole ride, man. Make sure you join us every Monday and Thursday at 7, Saturday mornings at 10. Make sure you like, you subscribe. For Dale Parker and my good friend Jalen Robinson, man, we wish you love and we peace. Chuck them deuces.
Come on, come on. Told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Safety boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, don't have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA.
Mondays, Thursdays at 7, Saturday mornings at 10. Keeping it real sports. Make sure you check us out now 3 days a week.